Today I fucked up by underestimating norovirus. I, 21M, had been home alone for a few days while my parents were out to see family over New Year's while I stayed in the country due to work. Unfortunately, they both got sick during the trip, and when they came home I find out they got norovirus. They were okay, so we just kept great hygiene, and I tried to stay away as much as possible since I work with food. Fast forward to Sunday, my final day of 3 days off before going into work. 1700 hours. I feel a bit tired while working on a car at our shop. I don't think much of it and call it a day and head home. 1715. I'm driving home and feel slightly nauseous. 1800 hours. Definitely feeling sick. Have a bucket on the ready next to my bed. 1830. Time for war. I spew what looks like my previous 3 meals into the bucket, then have liquid diarrhea like I'm a human garden hose. I try to drink, but nothing stays down. 2300 hours. At least 6 liters of fluid have been lost, about 8% my body weight. I know I have to drink something. I know I have to release the demons brewing in my intestines. I lay there thinking about a game plan, but it would fail miserably. 2330. I stumble into the kitchen to get more water. I feel myself going to pass out, so I ran to my bed and passed out 1 step short. I bounce off, land underneath the nightstand, and hear my dad call out, "You all right?" as he stands up to check on me. I wake up and say, "What happened?" But I knew I had to get to the bathroom. I meet him in my doorway, proceed to black out where he catches me while I fall over with open eyes and clenched Voldemort wrists. I proceed to wake up having shat myself while he yells out to my mom, "Call an ambulance." I say I'm fine, but they insist. The EMT said I'd be fine as long as I could keep fluids down. 12 hours and 8 liters of electrolyte fluid later, I had finally gotten back to a semi-normal hydration level. They said I had passed out due to a lack of blood pressure from the dehydration, and that the muscle clenching was normal with hypoxia to the brain. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. TLDR. Thought I could play tough guy with norovirus, violently shat myself, and got an ambulance visit. My empathy. I came back from Fiji last year. When I boarded the 12-hour flight to San Francisco, I started feeling odd. You know what happened? Norovirus is no joke. Hand sanitizer doesn't work on it due to its hard protein shell. Soap and water and consistent hand washing is the best we can do, and definitely no sharing food. My memory of having norovirus was the joy of not knowing you needed to poop until you'd already started to shit your pants. Unfortunately, norovirus remains within the system for upwards of a week, even after the symptoms have ran their course. In other words, you're better. I'm sorry to say that your parents absolutely brought that home with them anyways. Unfortunately, norovirus is my biggest fear since I have a phobia of throwing up. I did not need to read this face with tears of joy. I'm glad you are feeling better. Folded hands, medium light skin tone. Yup. Never been as intimate with a bucket and toilet for 3 horrible days. Though in my case, other than feeling like crap and spewing from 2 ends, it wasn't that bad. I'm just glad you got through it.